Welcome to the Brad and Taylor Show. Today we have Jonathan Nawrocki.
You're listening to The Brad and Taylor Show, a podcast that inspires entrepreneurs to pursue their passions. We're sitting down with some of the best to learn how they got started and some lessons they learned along the way.
Hey, Jonathan, how's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, let's get this started. Tell us a little bit about you. What do you do?
Well, my name's Jonathan Nawrocki. I'm from the Northwest Ohio area, and I invest in real estate.
Nice. So when you were younger, is this what you had planned for your future?
Not really. I was a very artistic kid, and actually my full-time job is actually a web design and development position. But as far as real estate, no. My parents actually, my mom's been an agent for 20 years, and aunt as a broker, and so it kind of it's in the family, but I had no idea.
Yeah, I can't complain there. That's awesome. So when you said you do investing, when did you get your first property?
Actually, this year.
Nice. Tell us about that. How'd that go?
Yeah. Well, it was actually the end of last year, but really started making money with it this year. Truth be told, I actually got an FHA loan as a first-time home buyer, and I lived there for a little bit, just fixing it up, doing some remodeling, and just making it really nice on the inside. And
that's awesome. I like it. Is that your only property now, or do you have any newer ones yet?
So right now we have 2 properties that are bringing in revenue.
Nice. That's awesome.
Exciting, yeah.
So you said you do web development too?
Yep, web design and development.
Nice. How long have you been doing that?
I've been in the industry since 2013.
Nice. Is that what you went to school for?
It is, yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
And I know you said you had family who's also in real estate, so that's probably a good person for you to call if you ever have any questions.
Yeah, I have a lot of family in real estate and a lot of family in construction. So.
Oh, cool! Kind of
You're
best of both worlds.
You're like, I got that figured out.
Yep.
Are you planning on getting a bunch more properties?
Yeah, so I've kind of been in negotiating with a few different property owners, and we can kind of go into that whenever you guys want to. But
yeah, we can go into it now if you want to.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
So my main real estate investing involves short-term rentals, so Airbnb and Booking.com and VRBO, and so that is, I found, one of the better ways to get a higher return on your investment is just through short-term rentals. And what I've recently come across is a really interesting strategy called rental arbitrage. And so for the people who don't know about short-term rentals, you actually don't need to own real estate to be involved in rental arbitrage, which is very attractive to a lot of people. So if you have a little bit of grit and sales experience or not, you can actually reach out to landowners or property owners and very carefully present your business opportunity and start making money and negotiating and partnering with property owners to list property on.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
so how does
I didn't
that work?
realize that you didn't have to own them. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a very tricky negotiation. You obviously don't want to reach out to a landowner or property owner and say, hey, can I list your property on Airbnb? Or there's a little bit of tactfulness that is involved and a little bit of sales that's involved. So
Okay.
I actually sold insurance for a year, and that I really gained a little bit of knowledge from that, and that helped out. But yeah, you don't actually have to own real estate to start building a revenue.
Nice.
Yeah, and I think that's a huge misconception too, because I mean, I wasn't aware that you didn't have to own it, and I don't think a lot of other people are either. So that's pretty cool that there's another option out there.
it is interesting. A lot of people think that you need a ton of capital to really get started in real estate,
Mm-hmm.
which a lot of times traditionally it's true. But with this, you're able to actually scale your business very quickly. In a matter of months, you can really, you still need capital
Mm-hmm.
because there's a lot of things that are involved, like furniture, decorations, paying, if it is like an apartment, paying a deposit, rent. A lot of those things, though, can be negotiated
Okay.
in the deal.
That's
So
awesome.
you've been into probably a handful or so more of the investment properties, so you kind of know how they can be sometimes. What is the worst one you've been to? Is there one that sticks out or a situation in a home that you've been to for a showing or anything like that that just kind of maybe you wouldn't want to go back to?
Yeah. Um, Actually, I thought about this, and so I grew up with my mom being an agent and going to showings with her and tagging along as a
Yeah.
kid. And I actually remember her telling me one time, like, to stay in the car, and I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. And she said, I want you to call 911 if I don't come back in 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness. How old were you
Yeah.
when that happened?
I was probably 12 years old, maybe. And I was like, wow, this is
Yeah.
super sketchy.
Now that
And
you're in the business, do you realize what she was doing then? Like maybe,
yeah,
yeah,
well,
the type of home
well,
that she
what
was
what,
in.
what happened was there was it was in to begin with, it was in a rough neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the Toledo area. I don't know if you've ever been there, but just like any city, there are rough areas,
Yeah.
and there was some squatters there, and thankfully there wasn't anything going on. No one was hurt, or
Yeah.
everything was
Yeah.
fine. But
You didn't have to
uh,
call 911.
I never had to call
Okay, good.
911. But I always remember that as a kid. I was like,
Oh, I bet.
whoa,
Yeah. You probably
as a
won't
kid.
forget that one.
No, I mean everything is just like fun and games, and when somebody says like if I don't come back, as a kid, I just really remember that. I was like, wow, that was serious.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of goals do you want to accomplish finishing out this year and going into the next?
Yeah, so I'm really looking to actually hire a coach, and specifically to like the short-term rental
Mm-hmm.
space. And I'm looking to possibly, in terms of revenue, I would like to be around the 300,000 mark
Okay.
a year. Um, and I think that's really possible with just a little bit of guidance, because I've kind of already got a handle on the business. I think in a pretty short time, and a little bit of guidance. I think we could really make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like it. Is there any books that you've read that is some of your favorites?
Yeah, I think the biggest one that stands out in terms of real estate and just entrepreneurship is the Rich Dad Poor Dad
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
cash flow books, just because they've really shifted my mindset from
Yeah.
um, buying assets instead of liabilities. And I actually played the game that he has, and it's actually online. And
Yeah.
you like start acquiring these assets, and then you get these liabilities, and so you kind of course, want to acquire the assets. And so now I'm actually applying that. And it's a great book for anyone who's you know interested in increasing their income.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know a lot of real estate agents who have recommended that book to us. So definitely a popular one.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good fundamental book
Yep.
on entrepreneurship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome. How can people get a hold of you?
I'm pretty much everywhere, but my personal Instagram is what I kind of use the most, and that's just JonNawrocki, so John Naraki. But my personal or my business website is just luxusproperties.com. LUKSUS properties.com.
Perfect. Awesome. Hey, thanks for coming on and sharing your story with us today.
Absolutely.
Are these working?
All right.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go. I think they're working. Should we tell them?
Mine keeps falling. It doesn't like my voice.
What do we got to tell them?
Subscribe.
Subscribe. What do we got to point at it? Hey, I think there's a subscription button. Like
It might be there.
it might be right there too.
Somewhere.
Find
it. It's red.
Yeah. And it's blue. It's green. I don't really know.
It's a color.
This mic isn't even attached. Did you plug these in? Well, I guess.
I wonder if they can hear us.
Yeah. I wonder if they hear us. Well, we should probably tell them if they can hear us. We should probably tell them also give us a 5-star review for listening on Apple. That'd be cool.
5 stars, guys.
Share it with everybody they can think of.
We won't take 4 stars.
I mean, Taylor, I don't even think these are on. I mean,
I don't think this is working.
This is not working.